Saturday for Brian Hamilton. Johnny, of course, joint favourite with number 5, Mourne Paddy, the mount of Ben Crawford, making his racecourse debut, but he was a winner of an open lightweight last time at the Pigeons. They're 11-4 joint favourites. It is 11-2 then about number 6, Russian Regent. His last run was second to Backstage in a point-appointed Tinahely, and it is 7-1 or better the rest. But joint favourites 4 and 5, Johnny, of course, and Mourne Paddy. Lining up. And it looks as though they've got a full start. Starter calling them back, so just going to have to wait a moment for them to make their way back behind the starter's tape. Russian Regent, Johnny, of course, crude and within reason, all keen to get on with things. Lining up again. In fact, they've been asked to take a turn. The tape just being pulled across and secured. Once that's done, they all look ready to go. Walking forward. Racing in the Daily Mirror Hunter's Chase over 2.5 mile, and Mourne Paddy goes straight into the lead with Within Reason and Johnny, of course, close for pace, and they're being followed by Tana, Brick and Crude as they race out of the gap at the top of the hill and head on towards the 3 fences to bring them down to past the stands first time. Mourne Paddy, Within Reason up on the outside, Johnny, of course, in between them as they take fence number 1. Johnny, of course, took a chance, Just behind the leading three is Tana Brick. Crude is next with Russian Regent, and they're being followed by Debt to Society. A break in the field back behind these to Wrong Turn, and they're already a long way clear from 5 o'clock tee as they round the elbow, making their way on towards fence number 2. Morn Paddy leads within reason. They're being followed in third spot by Johnny of Course. Tana Brick is down the inside, Crude the centre, and Russian Regent is on the outside. Both front runners, all three in fact, give away a bit of ground, jumping off to their left as they come on now towards fence number 3. This will be their last next time, and it's Morn Paddy with the advantage within reason right over on the near side. Johnny of Course is jumping it in third, and down the inside is Tana Brick. Further back behind these, Russian Regent. Crude is just behind, and they're being followed by Debt to Society. A further break in the field back to Wrong Turn, and 5 o'clock tee is a long way adrift. So they turn to leave the straight behind them and head on now towards fences 4, 5 and 6. Morn Paddy within reason, Johnny of Course, they're the leading three. Tana Brick is next. On the outside is Russian Regent, and Crude is just behind them, being followed by Debt to Society, Wrong Turn, and a break to 5 o'clock tee. So the first of the ditches coming up now. This is fence number 5. Morn Paddy comes to it in front of Within Reason, is on the outside of Johnny of Course. Tana Brick is close behind, and then comes Russian Regent and Crude. They're being followed by Debt to Society. Good break then further back to Wrong Turn, and 5 o'clock tee. Heading on now to make their way towards fence number 6 in the Daily Mirror Hunter's Chase, and Morn Paddy has the advantage under Ben Crawford over in front from Within Reason, who's on the outside. They're being tracked by Johnny of Course down the inner. Tana Brick has made some ground. There's a good break then to Russian Regent, Debt to Society and Crude, and they're clear from Wrong Turn and 5 o'clock tee. Racing over the far side of the track now, on their way towards fences 7 and 8, and it is Morn Paddy. Lands in front of Tana Brick, who's gone second. Back in third is Johnny of Course, and they're being followed in fourth by Within Reason. Then a break to Russian Regent, Debt to Society and Crude. They're in turn clear from Wrong Turn, and 5 o'clock tee remains the back marker. Heading on to the second of the ditches, fence number 8 now, and it's Morn Paddy over in front from Tana Brick. Johnny of Course, Within Reason is next. Then comes Russian Regent and Debt to Society. A long break to Wrong Turn, who in turn is clear from the tailed off 5 o'clock tee. So a good run now before they meet the next, which will be 5 from the finish. And it is Morn Paddy, a winner of an Open last time, being followed on the outside by Tana Brick. On the inside, Johnny of Course. Within Reasons just niggled along to go with them. Russian Regents just closing up the gap behind them as they head across to make their way on towards their next fight, which will be 5 from home. And on the outside, Tana Brick is trying to take on Morn Paddy at this point. They're being followed back in third on the inside by Johnny of Course, then Within Reason. Russian Regent is next, and further back to Debt to Society and Crude as they come now towards the next 5 from the finish. Morn Paddy, Tana Brick. Not much to choose between them as they land. Back behind them in third is Johnny of Course. They're being followed. He's just ridden along now to try and go with them. Within Reason is next with Russian Regent. Then Debt to Society and Crude as they're begin to re-emerge now on the climb up the hill towards the fourth last. And on the inside is Morn Paddy. Next up on the outside is Tana Brick. On the outside of this trio is Johnny of Course. They're being closely followed by Russian Regent. Then Within Reason, Debt to Society. Crude is next as they come now to make their way on towards the fourth last. 3 in line. Morn Paddy in front. Reaches for it. Tana Brick took a chance. Behind them is Johnny of Course, and then comes Russian Regent. Just behind them is Within Reason, Debt to Society and Crude as they turn at the top of the track. In front, Morn Paddy goes on by 3 from Tana Brick in second. Johnny of Course is on the outside. They're being followed by Russian Regent. Within Reason, Debt to Society and Crude are next. Down the hill they come. They've got 3 fences left to jump, and it's still Morn Paddy who leads them down. Russian Regent, the danger on the outside. Johnny of Course is third, being followed on the inside by Tana Brick, and then comes Within Reason. Debt to Society. Crude is next, but down they come now towards the second last, and Morn Paddy has them on the stretch from Russian Regent in second. Tana Brick is next with Within Reason, and then Johnny of Course and Crude as they come down now towards the second last. Russian Regent and Barry O'Neill on the near side are trying to challenge Morn Paddy, who goes a little bit better under Ben Crawford. Crude runs on into third with Debt to Society, heading now towards the second last, and in front on the far side it's Morn Paddy who comes right across on the near side. Russian Regent as they head now towards the final fence. Not much between them. Morn Paddy and Russian Regent go right at it together to the final fence. Crude and Debt to Society behind them at the last are locked together. It's Russian Regent slightly quicker away. Morn Paddy is trying to rally on the far side, but Russian Regent has the advantage advantage and is going to go on by a length as they got on the line. Russian Regent by a length from Morn Paddy. Crude is third and fourth is Debt to Society, and they're being followed in by Tana Brick within reason. Johnny, of course, and a long break to Wrong Turn who's jumping the last, and 5 o'clock tea still coming to the second last.
Result of the 6th race, the Daily Mirror Hunters Steeplechase. 6, 5, 1. Number 2 was 4th and number 7 was 5th. 6, 5, 1, 2 from 7.